Hi, this is Ken Rosever, and we're going to talk about finding the roots of a quadratic equation with leading coefficient 1. Before you can find the roots of a quadratic equation, the quadratic equation has to be in this form. Note that the right side or the left side, it could be 0 could be over there, but the equation, the quadratic part, has to be equal to 0. In this equation that I've given here as an example, right now it's not equal to 0. So what I have to do first is move this 2x. Take the 2x off that side, add it to the other. That leaves me with 0 there, and x squared plus 2x minus 15 there. Once I have that, I can go about finding my roots or solutions to the equation by factoring. When something is equal to 0 and you factor it, let's factor this really quickly. I'm looking for when a is 1, this is a 1, so we have 1x squared plus 2x minus 15 equals 0. So a is 1, b is 2, and c is negative 15. When a is 1, we need to find two factors of, technically it's a times c, but when a is 1, it's just c. When we need to find two factors of c whose sum is b. So in this case, we need to find two factors of negative 15 that add up, that add to positive 2. And since they add up to a positive, and this result up here, the product is negative, the fact that this is negative tells me the signs of the factors are different. If it was a positive 15, that would tell me the signs of the factors are the same. So they're different. The signs of the factors are different. So let me write down some factors of negative 15. The only way I get a negative 15 is if I have one positive factor and one negative factor. The signs of the factors are different. So, and because this is positive, it tells me the larger factor is positive. If it were negative, the larger factor would be negative. So let's see. 1 times, uh, actually negative 1 times 15, but that adds up to 14. Negative 2 times 7.5. That's not a good factor. Negative 3 times 5. Well, that adds up to positive 2. So my two factors here are x minus 3 times x plus 5. And if you FOIL that out, you will indeed find that this times that multiplies to give that. Well, if we have two entities that are multiplying to give a result of 0, then the 0 product property applies. A times B. If A times B equals 0, then it must be true that either A or B, possibly both, if they're equal, must be equal to 0. That's called the zero product property. Um, if two numbers multiply to give a result, a product of 0, then one of the factors has to be 0. So it's either the case that this is 0 or that is 0. So to examine each of those cases and under what conditions they would be true, what I do is I set each factor equal to 0. I say this is a possibility or this is a possibility. And then I solve each of those cases for x. And it allows me to find the value of x, or in this case, the two values of x, which would work to create a 0 up here, which would create a 0 in this product, which would actually be a solution to the original equation. So those guys cancel, and I get x equals 3 or x equals 5. We can write that just as you see there, or we can go x belongs to the set 3, -5. And this is what's called a roster. This little symbol means is an element of, or a member of, or belongs to. And anytime we have something in braces, the set, this is the set of values. The set of what values? 3 and -5. So x belongs to that set. So it's either 3 or -5. Something that has no solutions, you would say x belongs to the empty set. Empty set meaning there's no solutions in there. What's between the brackets? Nothing. Um, anyway, so that's that. I hope that was helpful. And if you need more help with this concept, please feel free to ask for another video and I'll be happy to supply it.